In a quiet village tucked between two sleepy hills lived a boy named Kian, who always felt that time slipped away too quickly. The mornings rushed past him, afternoons blurred, and nights arrived before he was ready. One chilly evening, after losing track of time again, Kian whispered into the cool wind, "I wish time would just slow down." The wind did something strange that night. It paused, as though listening, and from the shadows of an old clock tower stepped a figure cloaked in shimmering silver threads, threads that glowed like moonlit rain. It was the timekeeper. The timekeeper studied the tired-eyed boy. "Child, I heard your wish. What would you do if you had more time?" Kian hesitated. He thought about schoolwork that piled up, chores unfinished, the friends he never had time to play with, and the grandmother he always promised to visit tomorrow. "I would fix everything. I just need more hours." The timekeeper raised a hand. A glass orb appeared, tiny, glowing, swirling with silver dust. "I can lend you extra hours, but borrowed time must be paid back." Kian nodded quickly, not thinking twice. And so the timekeeper placed the glowing orb into Kian's hands. The next morning, the world was different. Kian had more time than anyone else. When he woke, the sun waited patiently before rising. The clock ticked slower. Minutes stretched like warm taffy. Kian finished homework early. He cleaned his room. He played with his friends till their laughter bounced across the fields. He finally visited his grandmother, who smiled brighter than the morning sun. Everything was perfect. Every day felt full. Every moment felt enough. But after a week of borrowed hours, things began to change. The sky dimmed earlier than usual. The clocks ticked a little too fast. Shadows lengthened like tired sighs. One night, the timekeeper returned. "Child, Kian, it is time to repay what you borrowed." Kian's heart trembled. "What do I have to give back?" The timekeeper lifted a finger, and the world pulled away from Kian like tidewater slipping from sand. Birds hung mid-flight, leaves stopped mid-fall. The village became still as glass. "For every hour you borrowed, you must give 1 hour of your own." Kian looked down at his hands. His fingers were fading, turning translucent like morning mist. "Will I disappear?" The timekeeper knelt. "No, child. You will simply lose the extra hours you waste daily." Kian blinked. The real cost wasn't his life. It was his carelessness. Every moment he wasted, every hour he let slip, would now vanish quickly. Kian nodded, understanding at last. When time resumed, morning sunlight returned gently. Kian felt lighter. Days were normal again, but he didn't mind. He used his hours wisely, studied with focus, played with joy, talked with love, visited his grandmother often. He didn't need borrowed hours anymore. He learned that time doesn't need to be slow to be meaningful. It just needs to be used with purpose. And every night, from the top of the old clock tower, the timekeeper watched, smiling softly, because Kian was no longer the boy who borrowed time. He was the boy who learned how to live it.